Former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee has firsthand knowledge of running a presidential campaign. He won the Iowa caucuses in 2008 as a Republican candidate, and he now joins us over the phone. Gov, you got me?
I do. Good morning, Markie.
Good morning. Always a joy chatting with you. I wanted to just start off with the fact you and I have talked before. You endorsed President Trump early last year. How pivotal will the results in New Hampshire tonight be, not only for Trump, but also for Nikki Haley?
Well, I think Nikki has a whole lot on the line. The expectations for her to do well there have been put in place by Nikki herself. And she and Governor Sununu have both said Nikki's going to win it, and she's going to surprise everybody. So that's the expectation. If she doesn't do that, then I think she has a hard time going forward. It's also tough for her knowing that her next stop is her home state of South Carolina, where virtually every elected official in South Carolina have endorsed Donald Trump, not her. And that's problematic for her. It doesn't mean that that she's toast in South Carolina. But, you know, people are going to ask themselves, if Nikki Haley doesn't get the support from the people, the elected officials in her own home state, why should we give it to her? That's going to be the question she's got to deal with.
Yeah. And going back to your race, I mean, you won the Iowa caucuses back in 2008, but then John McCain went on to win the New Hampshire primary that same year. You think there's any chance, and you know where, that Nikki Haley has a hallelujah moment tonight and wins?
Well, I think, Markie, she's got to, if she doesn't win, she's got to be so close to Trump that he can feel her breath on his neck. Because anything less than that, and she's not met the expectations, and quite frankly, politics is a whole lot about meeting expectations. In 2008, I won Iowa. McCain won New Hampshire. We battled it out in South Carolina. He beat me there, and quite frankly, I went on to win most of the states in Super Tuesday, but at that point, the donors and the press had decided that it's over, McCain's going to win. And whether that's true or not, if it's perceived that Nikki Haley can't win, then she is out of the race, whether she keeps on or not, because when your donors dry up and the voters give up on you and the press announce your death, even if you still have a pulse, you know, you're on life support at that time.
Yeah. And, you know, speaking more just on Nikki Haley and what she needs to do today, she and her camp raised $500,000 just in the 24 hours after Ron DeSantis dropped out. You know what that kind of money means. I mean, how far does $500,000 go for her in this 11th hour stretch? Does it do much?
Yeah, it does. And, you know, that's a lot of money, especially in a short period of time. I think what is of concern to many Republicans is a whole lot of this money is coming from big Democrat donors. And so they're looking at this and they're saying, wait, Nikki's raising money, but where's it coming from? It's coming from the never-Trumpers within the Republican Party, which is a pretty small sliver, quite frankly, of those who are just adamant. But some of them are the big donors. They're the establishment Republicans who can't stand Trump. And then you have big Democrat donors who are writing big checks to Nikki Haley. And that's not really warming the hearts of the Republicans across the country who are saying, wait a minute, why do they want Nikki Haley to be our nominee? They're not even with us and don't vote with us. So the money, though, does matter, and I think she's got a good opportunity to spend it wisely. And quite frankly, that amount of money in New Hampshire goes a long way, because New Hampshire is not the most expensive state to operate in. It's a wonderful state. The people are delightful. And, you know, it's not a state that is as much traditional conservative as it is more libertarian. So the issues are different, but the people there are very, very in tune with the political climate. They ask tough questions. They're delightful people. I'm glad we have the First in the Nation primary as well as the caucuses. I think it's a great grist mill for candidates to go through, because if they can't tough it out dealing with people in diners who are 2 feet from your
at the
face,
Red Arrow Diner.
asking tough questions. Exactly.
Yeah.
Then
good luck taking on China. Exactly. Well, I'm sure today is bringing back your own memories of New Hampshire from years past, and we'll see if that new money for her and her stepping up her attacks is really the double whammy she might need. Governor Mike Huckabee, as always, thank you, sir. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.